In our digital world, trust is a currency that's incredibly easy to fake. So how does a new cyber defense platform even begin to protect it? Today, we're going deep into the strategic playbook of BudhiJeev, an AI-powered shield built for the modern internet. Let's dig in and see how they're trying to build a fortress of trust in a world full of digital uncertainty.
So to really get BudhiJeev, you first have to meet its guardian, Astra. Now, this isn't just some cool logo. It's a biomechanical owl, a vigilant sentinel, and those glowing eyes, they represent the platform's core ideas: sight, intelligence, and just unwavering protection over our digital lives.
And get this, Astra has a voice. This quote really drives home her role as this ever-watchful protector. This whole personification thing, it's absolutely central to their strategy. It turns a really complex technical service into a relatable guardian, someone who's watching out for those unseen digital threats.
All right, so here's the game plan for this explainer. We'll kick things off with the problem they're solving, what they call the digital trust deficit. Then, we'll break down their go-to-market strategy using a modified 5 Ps framework: product, price and place, promotion, and of course, the people they protect. Finally, we'll wrap up by looking at what this all means for the future of cyber defense.
Okay, so first things first, why does a platform like this even need to exist? Well, the answer really lies in this concept they call the digital trust deficit. It's this growing gap between how much we rely on digital tools and our ability to actually trust them.
So let's break that problem down into 3 layers. First, there's that trust deficit. Phishing attacks are just getting insanely sophisticated, right? They can fool even the most tech-savvy people out there. Second, you've got the tooling gap. Security pros are basically fighting a modern war with this patchwork of outdated, inefficient tools. And third, the limitations of static tech. Older scanners are just notorious for creating a storm of false alarms, which wastes a ton of precious time and resources.
So, with a problem that big and that complex, how does BudhiJeev even begin to fight back? Let's dive into our first P, the product. Their solution isn't just a single tool. It's a 3-pronged defense system, and it's smartly designed to tackle each of those challenges we just talked about.
And this really shows you their multi-layered approach. The digital shield, that's a heavy-duty vulnerability scanner for developers. Then you have the scam detector, which gives everyday users a simple but super effective phishing check. And finally, the safety coach, which is like your own personal AI tutor, teaching you how to stay safe online. It's a whole ecosystem of protection.
What's brilliant here is how they turn complicated data into simple, actionable insights. So instead of drowning you in technical logs, the platform gives you this clear, color-coded risk chart. Critical threats, they're flagged in red, medium risks in orange, and low-level stuff in yellow. It's basically a security checkup you can understand at a single glance.
All right, let's move on to our next 2 Ps, price and place. I mean, having a fantastic product is one thing, but how do you get it into the hands of the people who actually need it most? This is where their business strategy really starts to cook.
Their whole model is designed to grow right alongside the user. It all starts with a freemium tier, offering basic link scanning for free. And this is just a genius move, especially for everyday consumers. It completely lowers the barrier to entry, lets them bring on millions of users, and builds that crucial trust before ever asking for a dime. From there, it scales all the way up to tiers for pros and big enterprises that need constant scanning and custom setups.
So how do they reach all these different people?
Well, they're not just putting up a website and hoping for the best. No, they're going direct to consumer through app stores. They're partnering with telecom companies to bundle their service, which is a huge channel for a mobile-first audience, and they're listed on all the major cloud marketplaces for easy adoption by businesses. Plus, they're working with managed security providers. It's a truly comprehensive multi-channel attack.
Okay, so we get the product, we get how it's delivered. Let's move to our 4th P, promotion. A product this advanced needs a pretty unique way to talk about its value. And BudhiJeev's strategy is built around one single, very powerful concept.
And that brings us right back to Astra. She isn't just a mascot. Remember, she's strategically positioned as an AI influencer and the sentinel of the brand. This is such a deliberate choice to personify the brand's promise. When you think of BudhiJeev, they want you to picture Astra, intelligent, always watchful, and completely automated.
And that brings us to our final and, arguably the most important P of all, people. Because at the end of the day, all this tech, all this strategy, it's all in service of the users. So, who exactly is BudhiJeev's shield designed to protect?
The platform is really built for 2 very different but equally important, groups of people. On one side, you've got the everyday user, the student, the parent, the small business owner. They're not security experts. They just want a simple, straight-up yes or no on whether a link is safe to click. On the other side, you have the citizen developer, the creator, the innovator. They need a quick, reliable vulnerability check without the crazy cost and complexity of big enterprise tools. BudhiJeev is engineered to serve both of them from one intuitive place.
And look, if you're going to protect people, you absolutely have to protect their data. This is non-negotiable. BudhiJeev operates on what's called a zero-knowledge architecture. This is so important. It means your scan data, your session information, your reports, none of it is ever stored permanently. It gets processed in real time, and then it's gone. This ensures that user privacy is baked into the very foundation of the service, and it aligns with modern data protection standards like the DPDP, guaranteeing that your personal information stays exactly that, personal.
So when you put all these pieces together, the product, the pricing, the promotion, the people, what does the future of cyber defense actually look like according to this playbook? Well, it's a vision completely orchestrated by AI.
This quote from their vision statement really says it all. The goal is an AI-orchestrated cyber defense matrix. But honestly, the most important part is that last phrase, to democratize security auditing. The ultimate mission here is to take the power of high-end security, something that was once only for massive corporations, and make it accessible, affordable, and understandable for every single one of us.
And that really leaves us with one final, pretty crucial question. By blending a multi-layered product with a super user-centric business model and a powerful AI-driven brand, has BudhiJeev actually created the blueprint for the future of democratized cybersecurity? A future where everyone, not just the big corporations, has a powerful shield to protect them in the digital world? What do you think?